All right, Jackstand Jimmy here. Going to teach you a little Tech Tip Tuesday about how tire pressure can help you cut a light and increase your reaction time at the racetrack. So here in front of me, I got two front runners, both the same size. But as you can see, when you stand them up next to each other, one stands up a little taller than the other. This one's got 45 pounds of air in it, and this one's got about 27. So what I'm going to show you is, at your racetrack, you have your pre-stage bulb, which is about 18.5 inches from the time your tire lights it to about the time your stage bulb lights, which is 16 inches from the time you leave the starting line. All these beams are roughly 1 5/8 off the ground. So as you can see next to the tire, very little pattern of your tire is actually tripping the beam. Where tire pressure can affect you is, you see this tire with weight on it. See how it bubbles the bottom of the tire? As you roll into your pre-stage, your tire is bubbled, obviously, because it's low on air. And you roll into the stage. A majority of your cars with the trans brake, right now, both bulbs will be lit. It's in both beams. A majority of your cars with the trans brake, when they leave the line, they actually roll back before they roll forward. You can watch this in a bunch of like super slow-mo footage from like NHRA and whatnot. But where tire pressure can affect you in that is, say you're not one of those staging Nancy guys where you take your sweet time and you barely light the second bulb to where it comes off instantly before you start rolling forward. Say you're one of those guys who rolls in kind of deep but still has both bulbs lit. You don't really check your front tire pressure when you're at the racetrack. It happens. You know you're running 30 or less pounds of air pressure. When you go to leave, your tire's stuck in this limbo where it's rolling back and then forward before you actually break the beam and cut a reaction time. Where a tire with more air, I tend to like to run 40 to 45 pounds of mine, not only because it helps with this process, but also with wheelies and stuff. It aids and assists in that too. Also, if the car comes down and don't have a lot of air pressure in your front tire, you tend to see the crack, bend, break a front wheel, and we all know that they're not cheap. But as you can see, where this tire that's filled up pretty good, here again for reference, 1 5/8 off the ground, we're pre-staged, comes into stage. This thing's instantly going to roll back and roll forward right out of the beam and help you by breaking the beam with the less surface, that it's got the least amount of surface pattern on the ground. It's going to help you roll out of the beam a whole lot quicker and increase your reaction time by a little bit. And we all know that the race is won at the starting line, and the quicker you can get off of it, the better advantage you have against the guy next to you. So, if your tendency to have, like an 090 or slower light, and you don't check your front tire pressure, go ahead and try bumping them up, significant 5-10 pounds. Don't go over 45 pounds though. If you're running, you check them, they're 30 pounds, bump them up to 40, 45 pounds, and you'll see that it'll help increase your reaction time if you do the process of staging the same every time. And that's going to do it for you on this Tech Tip Tuesday.